Thanks to all the lovely comments from people saying they've been enjoying the U.S. soccer content right here on the Soccer O.G. I talk about everything, but lately I've been talking U.S. soccer, and I will continue this week with a little twist because I'm bringing Mexico into the conversation. Because Mexico's had a couple friendlies recently, and I got excited about USA-Mexico. So today I'm going to answer the question, what will USA versus Mexico look like when they will play? The U.S. men's national team versus El Tri. El Tri playing two friendlies against the Netherlands and Algeria, which could kind of mimic what a World Cup group would look like for them. Algeria is really good. The Netherlands are starting to really burgeon towards being the way they were back in the day. So you look at the Mexico team, they would beat the United States right now. They've got great experience. Now, I should add, the era of Carlos Vela and Chicharito and Andres Guardado is going to run its course, or has already. The next group is very good, and the reason I would think Mexico's beat the U.S. is for, I'll just mention a couple players. Raul Jimenez, who is a remarkable, one-of-a-kind forward who can create his own opportunities, can get others involved, plays at Wolves, rumored to be heading to Real Madrid, I believe, at one point. I don't know if that's going to happen, but Real needs goals. And then they also have Hector Herrera, who does play in Spain with Atletico Madrid. Love this guy. He's the best in the region at what he does, passing, distributing, supporting the play, and also making tackles. Now, the U.S. haven't got a guy like that, but they'll be able to develop someone here in the next year or two. But because of those two guys and a few others, I give Mexico the advantage. As we project forward, I'm going to give you 5 players that I think will dictate how this rivalry goes moving into the next 2 or 3 years. Because we got to ask, when will these two teams play? Well, they could meet in the Gold Cup, in the final possibly, which is the tradition. That is summer of 2021. If they don't meet there, maybe the Olympics, depending on how qualifying goes with the under-23s. We do have 2 dates marked in stone. World Cup qualifying, which has all been pushed back in CONCACAF. You have the USA and Mexico. They have buys into the 3rd round, so they're going to wait 3 or 4 other teams to make it with them into that final round of qualifying. But USA and Mexico do know they're going to play on October of 2021. That's a long time away. And then January of 2022. A lot can change between now and then. So Mexico could win now, but the U.S., as we have talked about on this program the last few weeks, everything is pushing towards them to not only be the best team in this rivalry, but the best team in CONCACAF and one of the best teams in the world. It is clear that that is the trajectory they could be put on. Before I get to those top 5 guys, some players that didn't quite make the list. Chris Richards, I love him, teenager playing at Bayern Munich. We got to keep an eye on him, but he could be a guy who really moves towards the 5 or 6 most influential players in this rivalry. I love me some Tecatito Corona. He is the closest to Lionel Messi that Mexico has. He has become the MVP of the Portuguese league last season. He's playing great, but he's 27. So I don't think I can put on this list because he has been a wee bit consistent. Diego Lainez, 20 years old. He was the next big thing, but he kind of stalled with his development. You have Luca Romero. He's playing in Mallorca. They say he's going to be huge, but we don't know yet. He's 15, and, well, that's a wait and see. Some guys are developing at 15 and 16. Now, on the U.S. side, there's a conveyor belt going, and the latest, Brendan Aronson, 19-year-old going from the Philadelphia Union to Red Bull Salzburg, where he's going to play Champions League play. And these kind of incidents tell you that the U.S. are going to get a stranglehold of this rivalry because it's no isolated incidents. It's one after the other. So here we go. I think I've covered all the ground. Let us go with the top 5 guys that will influence this. At number 5, I am going to mention Edson Alvarez. Maybe the best defender on either team at that young age. He's 22, plays at Ajax. I think he's going to keep playing more and more and become an anchor, really, for this Mexican national team, which is really important. You need good defenders. You need good goalkeepers as well, but no goalkeepers on this list. Number 4, I'm going to put in Sergio Dest. His age, 19, playing at Barcelona. Looks like he's going to be close to an everyday player. He's a fullback, but I think with him pushing forward could be a huge difference maker in this rivalry. And a guy, we know wide players make a huge influence when these two teams play. So Sergio Dest at number 4. Chucky Losano comes in at number 3. We love him. He is 25, though. He's finding his legs at Napoli, and I still think he could be the best Mexican player projecting forward. I'd love to put Raul Jimenez here. He's just too old at 29 and Hector Herrera at 30. So there, JJ Macías was another one I considered. 21, maybe the heir apparent, but not in the top 5. So there you go. The top 2 are both American. I'm going to put Christian Pulisic at number 2. Because of the injuries, he is 22, still a baby. And he's playing at Chelsea and playing a more featured role, and he's going to be the alpha male there. And I thought he was going to be the only alpha male amongst all the U.S. players that were making an impact. Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, so on and so on. But there is another one starting to develop that I think could be the alpha male as well, and that is Gio Reyna. He's 17. He's a regular at Dortmund. There are reports that Barcelona and Real Madrid, and why wouldn't you believe them, are interested. But even if he doesn't go, playing at Dortmund, he could develop into the superstar player. The fact that I could see Pulisic and Reyna together gives you all the fodder and all the influence to tell you that the U.S., when they play Mexico in October of 2021 or January of 2022, will be a better team. I can't wait. Subscribe to the Soccer OG. Much more to come. Bring it on, Mexico. Estados Unidos, El Tri. We're going to wait for it, but man, when it gets here, it's going to be good.